Okay, peeps. This is test number 999. Today I'm going to show you how to track your progress. I cannot seem to get the best lighting anywhere, so maybe go on this side. Okay, can you see this? Probably not. I will post a picture. Of this whole thing on Instagram and Facebook, of course, because you gotta post everywhere for people to see it. You're not gonna be able to see me and this stuff at the same time. Sorry! This is a work in progress, okay? Alright, so today we are going to set a goal. And because I work with children for a living, I would like you to set a SMART goal. What does that mean? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So the reason you're setting a goal is so that you know what you're working towards. This morning I actually set my goal, and I am already feeling motivated to get after it. I've been sick the past 2 days, so today is going to be just light cardio. Maybe I'll sit in the sauna, I don't know, do some stretching, maybe work on my flexibility, just nothing like really strenuous. So, okay, so the specific goal that I have set for myself, and you will set a goal also for yourself, is to lose 2 pounds. So, 2 pounds on the scale, and I know that in the past I have said that the scale doesn't really tell you much, so that's why we're going to take our measurements, and this is here. And I've taken my measurements in the past before, so this will be kind of like my second or third time doing my measurements. So, okay, next goal that I've set, and you don't have to set more than one goal. You can set one goal. If that's all you can think you can accomplish, and that's all you want to focus on, that's 100%, okay. But I'm setting 3 goals actually. So, my first goal is to lose 2 pounds. My second goal is no refined sugar. So when you start to feel emotional, or like maybe you had a bad day or whatever, you're going to want to reach for those carbs, or reach for, for me, it's sugar. I really like sweets. Like, I have a sweet tooth really, really bad. So no refined sugar. And then my last goal is to do 15 minutes on the Stairmaster. I absolutely hate the Stairmaster, so I'm just setting a goal that I can accomplish so that you'll be able to see that I'm doing something I don't want to do either. Next thing in our SMART goal is measurable. So the way I'm measuring this 2 pounds is going to be on the scale. The way I'm measuring the refined sugar is just don't eat sugar. How about that? And the last one for the 15 minutes on the Stairmaster, that's measurable because I can measure it with the timer. Next thing is A, so achievable. So this goal is achievable for me. The max healthiest amount of weight you want to lose per week is 2 pounds. So you'll see down here, I've allowed myself for 2 weeks, a 2 weeks time span to lose this 2 pounds. But I know I can do this. I've done it before. I'm motivated. I'm focused. And then the last thing for my achievable, for my mindset, is mindset for the Stairmaster, because literally I know I can do 15 minutes on the Stairmaster, but I just don't want to. It's boring to me, and it's really, really hard. So I get on there and I'm like, okay, this is hard. Oh, I feel like I've been doing this for a while. Okay, it's been 3 minutes. So I'm going to push myself. I'm going to do 15 minutes on the Stairmaster. So how is this goal relevant to you? Cardio is relevant to me because that helps me lift more. I'm not going to be as tired when I'm lifting, like doing deadlifts or squats. It's good for your heart. It's good for your lungs. And also the Stairmaster is a challenge. No refined sugar is relevant because sugar is really bad for you. And that's how you're going to put on fat, is eating sugar. And I don't want to do that. Last thing is the T, so time bound. When will this goal be accomplished by? So I have set a goal of 2 weeks by April 13th, I will have lost 2 pounds, and I'll know on the scale that I've lost that 2 pounds. And then the sugar, obviously I'm not going to have any refined sugar for 2 weeks. Nothing. No dark chocolate, no sugar in my coffee, nothing. 0. And then the Stairmaster I set for Wednesday, April 3rd. So I know that's a short span of time, but I already feel motivated to do it. If I'm going to go to the gym today, I'm probably going to get it done and over with, because I already set the goal, and I know that by Wednesday, April 3rd, it needs to be done. So might as well get it done today. Next, you're going to take your measurements. I have a measuring tape. And I'm going to take measurements with you today. So basically, when you're taking measurements, I take them in inches. If centimeters is better for you, or I don't know what else you could measure in, but I like to take inches. Basically, I put here, so where do you want to lose or gain the weight? Where do you want to lose it? Where do you want to gain it? Measure that. Okay, so I'm going to measure my calf right now, and this is going to be difficult for you to see. Okay, so basically you're going to measure the biggest part of where your calf is. So obviously this isn't the biggest part of my calf. Up here somewhere is, and I'm just going to do right there. So measure that, 12.5. And then, right, 12.5. Those babies have grown. 0.5 inches, baby. Okay. Next, quad. So the quad, we're going to measure the biggest part of your quad. So wherever you can visually see that that's where the biggest part of your quad is, or quadricep, or your thigh. So I put here 6 inches from the knee, just because that's going to help me remember exactly where I measured. So again, it's going to be hard for you to see, but so basically the biggest part of my calf is about here. So I like to just measure for sure. So at the top of my knee, I'm going to measure from 6 inches from the top of my knee. So that's right there. And that's where I'm going to measure from. So I'm just going to do that. If you have a handy dandy assistant, they can also help you do your measurements, but I don't have an assistant today. It's just not in the budget. So I'm gonna give that a quick flex because I want these babies to grow. My quads are 22.5 inches. Those have grown too. Epic fail. Okay, that's a blooper if I ever seen one. Fudge. How to stand this up? I need to really get my assistant to hang this for me. Okay, so next one, glutes. So I don't know if your goal is to gain or to lose in this area, but you're gonna measure right where the biggest part is. So basically for me, yep, that seems about right. 38. Oh God, this is so horrid. I need help. I need an adult. Okay, done. Oh my God. This is horrible. Okay, stay. Do not move. All right, next one is, so I called this hips, but basically, hang on. Again, it's basically wherever you want to lose. So if you measure, if you know, okay, like I want to lose in this area here, then you're going to measure that. So I think I called this hips, yeah. So hips, hip area. So it's kind of right where my belly button is. And 30.5. And then the next one I called is waist. So that's going to be like just, glutes, hips. That's actually the waist measurement. So where I said, I'm going to put belly button. Belly button. It actually doesn't matter. So if you just remember what you call it, whatever you called it. So I called waist. Waist was right here at the belly button. So, and then I'm going to do hips, which is going to be like this kind of area where your hips are. That makes sense. Okay. 34. Okay. And then we're going to do chest and lats. So chest, pretty self-explanatory, straight across the goods. So I got 35.5. And then shoulders. This one's going to be very difficult for me to do by myself. Again, if you have an assistant, that is helpful. So for shoulders, you're just going to go straight across where your shoulders are, and ultimately you want to be able to put your arms down, but this is as best as I can do. Maybe I'll get my assistant to help me before 43.5. So I'll have my assistant give me a better reading on that one. And neck, and it seems like a weird thing to measure, but you will actually lose some weight from your neck. Just like that. 12.5. That's pretty weird. And I put the last one as weight because, as you know, I don't like to only go by weight, so that to me is the least important. So this morning I measured myself 127.5, and yesterday I was 126.6. So again, your weight's going to fluctuate every day, so the best thing is to just do your measurements. I'm also going to measure my biceps because those babies are gonna grow. All right, this one's very difficult to do on your own too. You're gonna be fancy. So biggest part, wherever that is, give that a flex. Oh, I almost broke the measuring tape doing this. Oh yeah. Okay, 12. You can also measure your forearm too. Again, difficult to do by yourself, so you gotta be fancy. Give that a good flex. And 9.5, almost 10 forearm. Somewhere in there. So the measurements are going to be a little bit off if you're doing them yourself, but that's the reality of it. Just do your best. Weird. So I like to take my measurements on day 1 when you're getting started in your new fitness goal, and then take it again in about 6 weeks. Try not to look at the scale every day because that doesn't tell you much. What's going to tell you a lot is your measurements. Okay? Yay! Get started.